What is up, guys? This is Will of Force, and this is Eric coming at you today. Today we will be bringing you a feature deck profile from one of our guys that follow us on the Force of Will page. We had a little contest. They would give us, their deck profiles, and we would choose two out of the bunch, and we would feature them, and we would have a live duel for you guys. So for this deck, we will be profiling Vlad Tepes. So if you guys don't know what she does, pretty much what you guys use her for is you pay 2. This card deals 200 damage and to your opponent, and you gain 200 life. So, and for those who are brave enough to flip her over, she does, when she enters the field, you can destroy a target resonator with a total cost 3 or less, and you gain life equal to its defense. But one important note, if you do flip her, you don't get the 200 minus and the life gain from that. So that's Vlad for you. And I will start off with the stones. And I just want to give it a quick shout out to the guy who actually made the deck. His name is Foster Dream. So shout out to him. Hopefully we make your deck work the way it's supposed to. So, all right. So we'll start off with the stones. He will be running 4 Black Moon's Memoria. With this, pretty much the only reason he runs this is for Lucifer in the deck. So just to get the life gain. So 4 of those, 1 Grubalesta, 1 Little Red, just to boost up your guys. And we are running Vlad, so you can run as many stones as you want. And the rest are going to be 10 just pure black darkness magic stones. So it's going to be a total of 16 stones total. Alright, now we move on to the deck. So the point of this deck is pretty much to go into late game with early removal, pretty much controlling the board state, and then with Vlad's effect, pretty much draining your opponent's life points down to 0. So this is as you guys saw, pretty much destruction. It's not a ramp Vlad, so you guys will be seeing a lot of removal in this deck. So he is going to be running 3 Fallen Angel Lucifer. Pretty much what this card does, and this is the reason why he runs the Black Moon's Memoria. So as you guys can see over here, it does have flying, and when this card enters your field, your opponent banishes a resonator. So it is another removal spell, and you can pay 1 black and 1 moon. Whenever this card deals damage, you gain that much life. So especially with Vlad's effect, you could get pretty high up there with your life. And it's also a 9/9 flyer, so if they don't deal with this soon, he will be swinging in for damage. Alright, so the next card he does run is going to be 3 Scion. So this card, I think it's a pretty much mandatory in the Vlad deck. Whenever it enters the field, it does 400 damage to your opponent, and then you gain 400. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Next, he does run 3-0. 0 is pretty good in this deck, especially early game. It does help you get rid of all those pesky Cheshire cats. Pretty much early removal, and it does create a board state. So. Alright, next card. This pretty much is going to be the main card of the deck. This boosts your guys up. So we are going to be running 4 of the Dark Arthur. Like I said, this guy boosts up all your guys since they're all darkness resonators. And if your opponent is not playing darkness, then they will have a bad time with this card. So 4 Arthur is pretty mandatory, and he could always banish or remove 3 cards, or is it 3? Yeah, 3 resonators from the graveyard and brings himself back in the game. So he's pretty much a reoccurring threat that you're going to have to deal with. So that's going to do it for the resonators. I believe it is 13. Alright, now we're going to be moving on to the spells. So we'll start off with the Regalia. He does only run 2 Artemis Bow. Like I said, with Arthur, and then there's more stat diminishing cards in the deck. Bow can pretty much take out, high stat monsters. So only 2 Bow he runs. Next, he does run 2 Dark Pulse. So I'm thinking, his local meta, there's a lot of pretty much, just little creatures, say, mana ramping dorks, or Alice's World players out there. So I'm guessing this is what this is for, just to clear the board state and pretty much gain advantage. So alright, next we are going to be running Book of Eibon. So since this is a destruction deck, he can pretty much get any card, whether it be from his side of the field or graveyard, or your opponent's graveyard. So 2 Book of Eibon. Next, he is running 3 Mount Immortal. Now this card combined with Dark Arthur over here pretty much does 400 to the board. And if he combines that with you know 0, that's pretty much 600 total. So 3 Mount Immortals, it acts like a second Arthur for the most part. Next we will be running a Void Blast. Now Void Blast pretty much for that control aspect. And if he does run 0, so it does make it just I believe it's 1 cost for it. Yeah, it pretty much makes it a 1 cost, and it removes the target resonator from the game. So, all right. Next, he is running 3 Soulhunt. Soulhunt pretty much gets rid of non-targetable cards, just like the Light Arthur, or stuff that he really can't get rid of, or has protection on it. So, okay. Next, he is running 3 Endless Night. This card is really good right now. Pretty much what it does is destroy target resonator, and then all resonators gain 2/2, minus 2/2 that is. So this combined with Arthur and Mount Immortal, pretty much it clears boards. So there's no reason not to run 4. All right, next we will be running 3 Dark Purge. So like I said again, this combined with Arthur pretty much can knock down anything less than 800. So 4 Dark Purge, and the final 4 cards are going to be 4 Stoning of Death. So if you don't have Arthur on board early game, then Stoning of Death is pretty much going to be your go-to removal spell. If you don't have the Mount Immortals up with the Dark Purge, Stoning of Death, can just get rid of card regardless of their life. So, alright guys, well that's going to do it for Foster's deck profile.